Every US visa story begins with one of three ingredients: love, talent, or money. Today, we're talking about one of those ingredients: money. Most entrepreneurs think you need to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars to enter the US market. That's not always true. If you are already engaged in the international trade, selling goods or services across borders, you may qualify for a visa without building a large physical operation in the US. But here's the problem. Most E-1 visa applications fail for one simple reason. They don't understand what substantial trade actually means. Hi, I'm Tapias, attorney and CEO of Loigica. And today I'm going to walk you through how the E-1 treaty trader visa actually works from a legal and adjudication standpoint, and how to properly structure your case. To qualify for an E-1 visa, you must demonstrate that there is a qualifying treaty between the United States and your country, that you or your business share nationality of that treaty country, that you are actively engaged in trade, that the trade is substantial in volume, and that the trade is principal, meaning more than 50% of your international trade is between your country and the United States. And importantly, trade includes not only goods, but also services, technology, and other cross-border commercial activity. How officers actually evaluate these cases. From an adjudication perspective, substantial trade is not defined by a fixed dollar amount. Instead, officers look at the number of transactions over time, the consistency and continuity of trade, and whether the business model is commercially viable. In many cases, a business with frequent recurring transactions is stronger than one with a few high-value deals. Principal trade is also strictly analyzed. You must clearly show that more than 50% of your international trade is specifically between US and your treaty country. This is where many cases fail, not because the business is weak, but because the trade is not clearly documented. To properly structure an E-1 case, your documentation should include a consistent history of invoices, contracts, and payments, evidence of cross-border movement of goods or delivery of services, banking records showing transactional flow, and a business model that depends on ongoing US trade. For service-based businesses, this requires more precision because you must demonstrate delivery of services, not just billing. The most common legal weakness I see are not enough transaction history at the time of filing, relying too heavily on future projections instead of existing trade, and failing to clearly document how services are delivered across borders. In E-1 cases, credibility and traceability are everything. If the officer cannot follow the trade, the case will not meet the standard. The E-1 visa is one of the most technical, but also one of the most powerful ways to enter the US. But it requires precision, structure, and a clear understanding of how your case will be evaluated. If you want to assess whether your business qualifies, you can contact us through the link below. And remember, every US visa story begins with one of three ingredients: love, talent, and money. I'm Tapias, and I'll see you at the next video.